How you doing, guys? Welcome back. It's LSP. It is Sunday, the 2nd of November. Going to go over the NAS 100 going into this coming week. I'm going to kind of get a feel for the bias. It is looking like we're probably going to end up going lower. My assumption is we're going to be gapping lower, on open, but we'll see. As it stands, obviously we have this gap over here, which we're going to make a reference to. Just something to be mindful of and to pay attention to. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be running lower into a gap fill, but it's something that's there. And the way that price is behaving at the moment, this is just purely charting at the moment. We're not looking at anything else. We're just looking at charting. We're going to build a narrative, build a structure, try and get some context going into this week. And then when we get to the live trading, obviously we can, assess on the day whether or not those key moments in time are worth taking a trade or not. But as it stands, obviously, we've been grinding higher really, really nicely. It's been getting a bit messy up here. Nice drop, strong impulse, a little bit of a failure, to be honest. If price was going to continue, it probably would have done it here. And obviously, this nice impulse is enough, in my opinion, to at least get price grinding higher, but it just fully rebalanced here. And obviously, we've dropped ever since. If we do start to run higher, and let's say we get around sort of 26,050-ish, then I expect that these highs will be taken here, and this high will be taken here. But at the moment, with the rejection that we've had on the hourly going into the close of last week, and then obviously a little bit of drop, I'm expecting that we're potentially going to gap down going into this week. Might fill the gap, reversal, and then obviously drop a little bit lower until eventually we take out this low, which would be the start of the impulse. Now, if price does get down here and it takes out this impulse, that's very weak, in terms of making a case for a bullish narrative to the upside. But the good news is it's not going to stay like that. I don't think that this is just a complete total collapse of what's happening in the market. It doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to be bearish, going into, the month of November and December. But I think a relief, is due. I think the market is due a pullback. I think the market is due a little bit of messy price action. We know that volume is definitely going to be drying up soon as we go into the Christmas months. So as such, I'm personally going to be looking for a bearish bias going into this week. And we'll see. There's plenty of range, and obviously this doesn't mean we won't be taking longs. It doesn't mean we'll be taking shorts guaranteed. It just means that at the moment it is looking like a bearish bias. More than happy to be taking shorts because I prefer to take shorts anyway. And ultimate target 25.5 down here. So just to give you an idea of what I would like, I think gap down, higher, something like this. Wow, that is really messy. That is terrible. Something like this. Sorry, guys, but that is absolutely awful. Yeah, that's really bad. But anyway, something like this. I think we gap down. I think we grind high, and then I think we're just going to be bleeding throughout the week. Now, obviously, price does gap down, fills the gap, and then rips to the upside, takes out this high, or starts to attack this wick. Great. Fantastic. But as it stands, this higher low, I don't think is going to be bullish. I think we are going to be grinding low this week. So I will be looking for shorts, and I look forward to speaking to you in the live sessions. Ciao for now.